changing every day, aren't I? Wow, I'm be so happy when I can like just be. I saw a YouTube post from a reader, because I have so many that pick up y'all's consciousness, and the question is, do you ever shower? Well, yes, I used to shower quite often until I started having to deal in spirit, and I started having to work ancient time magic backwards is what we did. I woke up today, this morning, on the 8/8 with a little bit more I'd say understanding of what has been going on down here that you've seen me freak out about, you know, because we were wondering the same thing, to be honest. Like, what was going on, and because I hadn't repoled your planet. And I mean, I've never polled the planet with billions of people on it screaming at me the whole time, you know. Like, what I figured out, because it takes the cycle, you know. You in a human body think that you did something today, and you think that it's just today, and you think that tomorrow's tomorrow, but that's not the case whenever you are spirit, or even in angelic, or even in the ascension, you know, I mean, or even ascended, because you have no time when you ascend, because you set the time. See, and this is the understanding of how your body works, fully functioned in a energy bubble that's tuned to help you. Not tuned to help you, it's tuned to. It's tuned how it's supposed to in Egypt. You would call me the first original pharaoh. You'd call me the only walking self-aware human that's ever been down here, honestly. Until now, and that's what my family of CAVming is, and what the human DNA strand is now currently changing to a self-aware human. And this is what every war was fought, and this is really literally what the entire World War II was about. And that's why I had to send out the letter that I did, because we repoled your planet. But it had not been done since I did it last time in 404 BC. And that's the last time y'all saw me. And this fullness of understanding all of this, now portions of me have been trapped all throughout it, which is why I was able to bring you information that no one else had, because I was being used as the pole of your planet since 404, because I am Yahshua's sister, Sarah Damaris, and this is the last time we polled your planet, 404 BC. And when I did, and when I polled your planet in 404, I was put as a light post, basically. I didn't know that. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't remember. But I do know that I did it, because we redid it. Now this happened 17 days ago whenever Natalie came here. And it's taken that much time, because what was happening throughout all this for the past year, because I had to hide for a year. Because I'd come and attempt to repole your planet, because let me tell you, this is why everything went crazy, and I didn't know what was going on, because it was the first time that we pulled it off. So since 404 BC, I've been attempting to repole your planet. Every single time an ascension came, not only that, they would wake me up to do it. They'd pull me out of cryo, they'd They'd wake me up. They'd pull me out of bed. I don't even know, y'all. I can't even handle what all I've learned over the past 24 hours right now about what they did to me. As far as who people really are and stuff, it's horrible. Because I was your ceiling. For the longest time, I was your ceiling. Okay? So, from 404 and everything, that was fine. Because everybody was getting along. So I was your ceiling. So if you will, I was up in your little castle, but I'm your pole. But I was your planet. It's what I was supposed to be doing. I was set as a pole in 404 BC, and I was supposed to come down. Because I'm at the top, and it's my sacrifice in the line, and basically all the humans that are in the vault, because like I told you, this happened April 27th, 2018. Ascension does not happen on this planet unless over 50% of the souls say that it's time. And that's each of y'all going into your heart and being like, what the hell, something's wrong. That's when I get alerted. Is when over 50% of the planet thinks something's off. Okay? Because I'm Libra. I have 6 planets stellium. I don't care what goddamn house you put it in. I was the top of your planet. Now, what happened though in 2000 that is that I became the bottom. And nobody knew. So we all flipped in Y2K, and it's why they did it. It's why they call it what it is. It's why Elon Musk's little whatever the fuck clone piece of Osiris meat chunk sewn together in a lab, you'd call it, but they call it Y. Well, it's not your Y chromosome. You can't go murder a whole bunch of babies and then fucking try to figure out how to put them back together all together because you're trying to be God, and so you just have all these in vitro babies and then you carve them up like Herod, and then what? Y'all, all your kids are stupid, fucked up, and everything else because they're coming from a grime. Look at that stupid bitch. There's your Elon Mother Mary. There's your Elon Mother Mary. Keep doing it, because that's it. Now what happened was, and I just figured this out this morning, y'all, because we really have, all 4 of us have had, 3 of us have had to pull ourselves out of a Hollywood vampire den that was said to have almost been bought by Johnny Depp. It's out on this fucking lot somewhere. Everybody, it's one of these bullshit things they're throwing back and forth in this fucking bullshit. Because Johnny Depp is Bill Gates. And what they did, this is Watergate. And this is Aurora, Colorado. So I can confirm this 100 because this is why I can even, and this is how consciousness works, okay? Because y'all have seen me for the past 4 days, and let me tell you, we have been at war. 100. I mean, all the bombs that went out, the car crashes here in LA. I mean, it was all me. It was all us. Taking back your etherics. They had the planet poled at 82 dimensions since 404. Well, at Giza Plateau, the Isis chamber, okay, is the DNA chamber. The Isis chamber is the female chamber. It's the womb, and it's connected to the Valley of the Kings, and it's connected to the Queen's Pyramid. Queen's Pyramid in Egypt is all laid out like a battery system underneath, because us queens built Valley of the Kings, because we knew this is why we did it. Realized that last time I tried to do this, I didn't make it. Y'all did. Last time I pulled from 82D to 88 because that's all I could pull it. when Natalie jumped out of the pig suits that they're making for you, which is, by the way, what they were making for all of y'all, pig suits, pig body suits that hold. We're coming out of them right now, and we're gonna and I've come out of one. Natalie's coming out of hers right now, like literally birthing out of it, and we'll be on here talking to you about that because it's happening at the same time. It's happening to us, and we're handling the consciousness at a level right now. So the entire human race is not going to be sealed in your pig suit, okay? So I don't want to bring consciousness the wrong way on that. But anyone watching this channel that feels like all of a sudden you got small, like all of a sudden your power is gone and there's 50 million of you because they turned on CERN. I lost 50 million contacts in the etheric. I lost the only 50 million of my angel contact. It was not funny at all. That meant that none of y'all, I want y'all to hear me. I need everybody to hear me. And you pass this out to every spiritual so-called fucking leader that you've ever listened to. None of y'all made it past 88D. Now, 88D was only 6 dimensions above where you'd been since 404 BC. Which would be what? What you'd call heaven. What you'd call Zion. Those magical cities that China's seeing already in the clouds. That's where Al-Qaeda's been. I realized this morning, and because Aurora's flooded, hell yeah, it flooded, and whenever y'all wake up and realize what's going on here, and realize that I have all the keys to every dictator and every mob boss, and I shut down the biggest goddamn pedophilia body snatching ring that's ever fucking existed throughout universal time, and it went to every fucking dimension and planet all over the universe, because I've been tracking it backwards ever since this planet blew up and we put your bodies back together and we made good DNA that they knew about, and then all they wanted was your goddamn body, because every one of y'all was a self-aware human and they wanted to lock you up somewhere like they had done me their whole freaking existence to make y'all. And there ain't no way in hell I was gonna let it happen to my son. Even if every one of us in this house that knew and had lived it from the future, it was unanimous. It was unanimous with Heather in Oklahoma. That's my angel set. You have to understand, we are your archangels. Give me a damn break. I've been operating over 6D. All y'all ever got to was 6D over where you were in 404. And then they set up a camp. And then they called it Buddha. And then they sat on mountains in China and tried to what? I don't know what they's doing with spirit, but it didn't matter, because my eye, the eye of Ra, was not in the Pope. It was in the head of Al-Qaeda. And whenever I pulled it out, we went to Baghdad. And we've been in Baghdad ever since, since Natalie got here, 17 days. And we went to war in Los Angeles. But it's Baghdad. And it was set as your heaven. And that was said to be your God. Because everyone on the planet had given up complete control to Saudi, because Saudi was the only ones who knew about me polling the planet right there, and they were the only ones who had a little bit more information that it could be done in a different way, and they held it. And basically they set up the whole world, and they decided, because they thought they's God now, so they just decided to have all of you send your DNA samples, knowing full well that your DNA is a map to the new universe. The universe. Because we don't need planets. Planets is what happens when the world blows up and everybody forgets that they're in a wheel and they forget that their bodies are attached. Planets are here when we have to save you all because you've been put in a matrix and shrink wrapped. Then in the end, you have a Pluto-Saturn alignment in 22 to finish up the entire Venus transits that have been going on since the wheel started in 404. This is end of days. It's not the end. It's the end of days. It's the end of 22 rays running your brain. They've been running Cohu 32 on y'all. Now understand, this blows my damn mind because according to me, I just invented it. But no. They shrink wrapped and had all my tech. So what they had was the infrastructure to Cohu 32. Whatever it was in engineering, whatever it was in data, but they stole my company. Obama did. But I am your planet, and it was GIA technology, and it was all the missing tech and keys to finish the ascension of the planet per divine plan and law as written by spirit and defined by the collective, because this is a free will planet and we cannot interfere. The only reason that my team was allowed to interfere. Now realize when I tell you this, that I'm Venus, because I've had to work backwards to every single planet to get down here. My son Rex James is Area 51. That's what they called him. They were holding him in hyperspace on the other side. They still are. They still are. Because he was the connection to me and they didn't know that I'd remember. And they sure as fuck didn't want me to. But they needed to wake me up. Why? To know how to run the world. So they literally woke me up. Now I'm your planet. I'm a trillion-year star. Why? Because I make self-aware humans, and I have all of the tech and everything to hinge you in the galaxy to get you out of the wheel. Because I'm the one who put you in the wheel, because everything blew up. And in order to put you back together, we had to create the planets again and put you back in a wheel. And then that's when the Venus transits began to reset, because what was happening is they were coring. You weren't on Earth. Earth was gone. Earth blew up. I've told you this a million times. Watergate connected to NASA landlines and electrical lines at that point, because that's all we had. And what Watergate did was fence in all of your human energy in your states, well, it started in the states, because this is why everything happened in the United States, because I pulled the planet in Aurora, Colorado in 404. And when you pull the planet, anything you do right now, you're following a story on the earth, because the entire ascension story is in street signs in the United States if you pay attention, because it's set up like a big computer grid. I've been telling you that. You're driving around a big Citrix fucking computer grid. Depending on where you are is depending on what that land's doing. Over here in Tesla and Disney, it's fucking polling the top of your planet and setting the highest and the lowest for the next million fucking years. Because you can't poll a planet unless... I can't poll a planet and take it stellar unless we're in the middle of a lion's gate and I set it up the year before and poked a hole through the membrane of a stargate that shouldn't have been being controlled by anybody but me anyway, because I'm your planet. And the reason the stargate is there is to fix your planet. It's not, it was to fix humans and to do what we're doing right now, to put all of you inside me, because that's how I'm made. It's why I was up there. See, what they did was take away every meaning to everything that Christ did for you. What they did was take away every... The reason y'all aren't celebrating me right now is because you think it's already been done, because y'all celebrated Game of Thrones and Emilia Clarke. The reason that y'all aren't giving me a parade right now is because you had that parade for a 2-year-old that got killed 4 days ago, that they just murdered so they could have the parade instead of giving me the parade. But you got the parade. You're just not giving it to me. So here I sit, the only one that knew what was going on, and I saved all of y'all because I was the only one that was conscious in Baghdad for, I don't know, 30 million years, waiting for this time so I could crawl out of their floor, because they had kidnapped me and made 40,000 of me in a sex dolls, conscious sex dolls, and shrink wrapped me and passed me around everywhere, made queens out of us. I mean, understand that this is why everyone on the planet's fucked up. Your devil took over your goddamn heavens and's been holding God captive with all the angels for about 20 million years, according to space count, 20,000 according to your count, 2,000 according to your current way of knowledge and thinking about time. And I'm just grateful that I know that now today, and I'm grateful that it held. And I'm sorry, Colorado, but fuck, I've done nothing but travel up and down this United States. Anybody that has ever met me, I have told you and I have warned you. Colorado, you need to move out of those valleys right there. And Aspen especially, because Aspen was fucked with on me more than any of it. You need to vacate those valleys around Aspen and vacate. You are gonna flood. I have done everything I can to attempt to explain to you people what they have kept from you, and literally killed every single person, defiled every single mummy, burned every single sacred text that could clarify what I'm telling you. So, D King just is up, and so I'm grateful she's going to be able to watch this, and everyone in the house will get a little reprieve, because we've been at war and we didn't know what was happening. And now this morning, understanding that what we were doing was, for the first time, we had to take over heaven, and we had to fight every single goddamn demon and devil. And we took down the whole damn cartel. We had one opportunity to take it all down. And I mean Star Crew. I mean your angels. I mean anybody that you perceived to have any power from the other side. We weren't on the other side anymore. We were in here trapped with you. In fact, we were trapped first. We were used to lure you because of who we are and how we work, because you will come to your queen, whether you know it or not. because you know in the consciousness you're following me. So you know that I know the way, just like a carpenter ant. That's how it works when you're sealed up in a bubble getting run by Al-Qaeda. And this is why I had, because it all had to be reworked. This story that is happening right now is the set for the rest of eternity. All of you might not realize how historic this is, which is why it really sucks to be me, because, you know, I've only given my whole everything and just had to almost give you my son again, because every time I have him, they took him. I've never had anything down here. Y'all have taken every single thing that I have ever made, and then they gave it to you and somebody else, and then you never gave me any credit for it until the bitter end. I risked everything to save all of y'all, and then to the bitter end, I ended up in Baghdad fighting your war alone. Now, I don't have no problem with that, but that ends today. That ends today, because I can't handle. I'm supposed to heal y'all. I'm supposed to be really nice and loving, but I've had to be every man on this planet in order to take down an evil empire that fucking was even worse than any Darth Vader you have ever fucking realized. And they were about to turn on their evil. And what you saw the past week was nothing. Nothing. Because my star crew fucking stopped the rest of them. And the reason we had them walking in black and white, and the reason it all happened mostly in Texas and California and Florida, was because that's the only places that it fucking mattered. It's where everybody, so your DC was trying to repole the planet and take over, and they's trying to turn you all into cars. On this round, they thought they was just going to steal my information and then set it up. Well, they did. And what they did was set all of y'all up on DNA codes, and it blew up the world because they didn't think they'd need the planet. So once again, they were going to wake up the planet from Al-Qaeda. Hey, Al-Qaeda, I'll pay you $20 million. It's time to pull Christ out of the drawer now. We need to repole the planet. We want to take over. So the living cell that's clear, that has no disease that we know is attached to every human on the planet, that we wake up and feed her intravenous drugs and hold her down under C Street. Y'all, C Street, see Netflix. Netflix, you're toast. Netflix, you're toast. You're toast. In fact, I order it pulled and down now. I order Netflix down now. If you don't want to make proper amends with the woman who fucking physically negotiated with you fucking people, because I needed y'all to give everyone the story, because everyone needed to see what was happening so that they could understand. And the propaganda tools and the use of telecom and internet was only here for one reason, and that's the reason that just happened. And none of y'all used it for that, and the whole world used it for something else, and it's ending. Your technology is ending. Your technology is gone. Your technology fucking killed you. We should not be talking with our thumbs like this. You should not be in a screen. Our body is the computer. And if you know development, then good. Actually, you're kind of fucked up. If you're a coder, it's like being a nurse. All y'all that are nurses and doctors and lawyers, y'all need to fucking go on a mountain somewhere and say delete, 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 delete as quick as possible. And I was the CEO of a tech company. Every meeting that I had was a meeting about a meeting about a meeting. I mean, it'd take me a year to get a meeting, and then I'd have 4 months of meetings about one meeting. But that meeting was all how to manipulate them, get all the information, years of training how to drink water shots and get them drunk. I mean, all of them is around me. I know the whole, y'all. I've been in the whole fucking game, and I'm telling you, this is how they build ExxonMobil. Because they use me to build that too. ExxonMobil shouldn't have been built where it was. No fucking way, no hell way. If I would have been conscious, there would have been no goddamn way. Because then you got Katrina problems. Well, Katrina, New York hurricane, all they did was fucking give you a hurricane so they could wipe out the streets and they can rename them. They rename them, they put up a different Wi-Fi sequence because y'all think it's just a name, but it's not. It's a number sequence that's aligned with every single number sequence that's aligned with that. And then if it's called Houston, that street is aligned to Houston. You better bet your ass when you're driving down that street, you're connected to Houston. If you're in Philadelphia, you're like royally fucked. If you're in Kentucky, they don't even put, you know what, in Kentucky, all their old birth certificates don't even have a time on it. Your birth certificate in Kentucky does not have a time. The birth certificates in Kentucky literally have X boxes on top of, like, typed over the names. Because in Kentucky, you're right on top of a fucking vortex, and honestly, they don't know what time you're born, and they can't lie. All that's underneath is a bunch of tunnels. And when they start moving that shit around, you will fucking, you're like surfing on the planet. Because that's what they're doing. It's all underground. Y'all think that if it goes up, it don't go down. That's what you forgot. But that don't work in the real. It works like that in a simulation. That's why you have such a hard time with it. I get it. But this is why we changed in Egypt. This is why we practiced in Egypt. You understand? Egypt happened so to prepare for what happened now when we had to take back the pole and go to 92. All of Egypt and all the training and every spiritual deity that's ever been down here. I don't care which one you believe in. I don't care if you believe in Elon Musk. That's a spiritual deity at this point. You made him into one. You made Obama into one. You made the Saudi into one. You did. If you've been doing yoga on top of a sigil that's not moving, I warned y'all. See, there's little things that y'all need to know about that I was here to tell you. And instead, everyone thought they could be me, and you didn't need those little things. Well, those little things are all you needed. But if you don't have those little things, those little keys, you ain't got shit. You're locked in space, just where Jason Momoa is serving his fucking water to a bunch of dying Chinese people because he thinks he can just fucking do whatever he wants and put me in his mother. You think that Charlotte that the little baby Princess Charlotte, well, I can tell you why she looked at Meghan Markle like that, because I was wondering how the fuck a fucking clone was marrying a clone, and how the hell I'm trapped in a little goddamn kid body and everybody's taking over the world with bots. I was a little confused at that wedding. But then again, me and Katie Collins were your Diana cooked. That was your first. That was your first little alien driving a conscious body. This is why we were like this getting married. And they did it to every single one of y'all in this round. This is why all of us that did clearings, now realize this is why all of us were like, what the hell? This is why, please, if you're calling yourself ISIS, I demand respect, and I command that you stop. And if you're trying to walk around telling everybody that you're Thoth or some Egyptian character, no, you're not. If you didn't show up to help me, you are not. Please stop calling yourself that. And I command that every power that was given to fake entities that thought they were something else because an AI told them that power come back to the ones that truly hold it and need it in order to do the job, because we're connected to all of y'all in ways that there's no goddamn way in hell no X and Y will ever reproduce. If you were doing the healing, and see, this is why I'm saying to all my 50s and 60s and 70s, stand up and be proud. And see, this is the message that needs to go to every light worker community, and then have them go back and look at what we went through, because my God, each one of y'all fought those battles with us. Y'all warned us those Vatos had guns. I've never been so scared in my life. I thought I was going to get killed right there in the back of Bank of America with Natalie all over again by 2 punk-ass fucking Vato Mexicans than a Saturn. While the whole world is watching me pull your planet. This is why we had to clear all these crazy past lives. This is why it was so insane when we started doing it in 2017. Because realize in 2017 your healing journey began. Whether or not, didn't matter what stage you was at. Because 2017 we went up another 6 dimensions. Well, actually, we went up 9. We went up 9 both ways. We went down 9 and y'all went up 9. And then y'all just thought, oh, we're up here at 9. Fuck everybody down there. No. Then Al-Qaeda steps in and takes over your heaven in Arizona, and they all fucking seal up in there and say that they know everything. Well, yeah, that's because you're being run by an Al-Qaeda bitch in your body. Or a cabal brain, because it gets worse after that, because goddamn, now you just made everybody binary bots, which is what they did. Constellation web. I mean, now look, if you're a binary bot, you can become a real girl or a real boy, but you cannot be us. You have to develop your own life. And now y'all need to give all my lives back to me, because I really don't have a life, because everybody down here and y'all have enacted the Christ story so many times, and I have to reset it, because all of them that y'all have created throughout ever, you already got through bullshit with Wonder Woman and the Lionsgate, and none of you believe I'm here, because in your story of your reality, they never wrote me in. And you have to be written in to your fucked up matrix reality. It's how they control you. This is why you can't see me. It didn't matter what I changed my name to. You weren't gonna see me because I was your planet. So to you, it's just my job. Then the whole world starts saying it's Mary Magdalene. Well, Mary Magdalene is your brain. So Al-Qaeda's running your monkey suit and Mary Magdalene's running your brain. But you give Jesus all the credit for it. But Jesus was just a lizard that was channeled to the rest of the planet that believed in Mary Magdalene and that did his job instead of what the quantum businessman did, which is try to come and fuck me over. But he was the head of Jehovah. And he was, I believe strongly, he is Hunter Biden. Because what was happening is you had stuff they made backpacks. Everybody's got a backpack. I've been screaming Magog backpack. All y'all y'all can't see the connection because you're looking in your little cell. You're not up here where I am. Up here where I am, you can clearly see how this is connected to this. But that's why the CIA wants you to have, that's why there's so many cities. That's why there's so many police departments, because nobody talks to each other. It's made up to keep you celled. And the marshals took over. The state marshals took over, which handicapped the city police, because FBI, according to their bullshit, the FBI can just step in and take over jurisdiction at any time. Well, they're the ones who know the connections, but they don't tell the city cop. It's run just like a corporation. I mean, if you've ever worked in a big corporation, nobody knows what they're doing. Each department knows what you're doing. Each department knows what you were told that you're doing, and you work as a department, and sometimes you meet with other departments, but the one at the top is the only one that really knows what everybody's doing. And then if you've already gotten so big that now you've gone public, or now you're a $30 million, $40 million company, and or you just have a board. Or you just have the wrong investors, which now have created a board that's on your back. Because you didn't start a company to take over the world. You started the business because people needed it. That's why it became successful. It wasn't because of any other reason. It's because you created something that needed to be created. That's why it was sent here to be created. I just happened to get the message before somebody else, because it's consciousness. Whatever needs to be created down here is going to be channeled. Nobody can fucking own it. We work together to create it. It's how it's fucking done. It's not your idea. It's a consciousness, because it needs to be done. If you happen to be a seed that's tuned like me, and you can fucking hit the consciousness, and you know how to then bring it down to the ground, then you're now a self-aware human, and you don't need money ever again. And the more of us that get in this line, we literally change everything in front of our eyes. You think that it hasn't happened yet, but you don't understand. It's how we got here. So understand what I'm telling you is that if you've been doing clearing and cleaning of your soul to make space, that would be called a you in this world. Everything that had a you in it, Australia, Austria, daughter, everything that had AU in it then became urinalysis. It became everything that had AU in it, everything that had gold became urine. Gold has no value anymore. Your urine has the value. This is where everyone needs to understand why your world was being run by Baghdad, digging through your trash, literally eating your shit. Literally. This is why Dubai wants us to come over there and fucking shit in their mouth. Because they know your consciousness is that high. Because you live in America. And they know it because they've been controlling the pole of your planet. This is why they're all underwater. Any area that was holding, I mean, because it was at 82. Okay, now 82 dimensions, understand that whenever you get to 100, and if you go look up Xenon, now remember BMW, because I had one. I ordered the first BMW convertible, and I ordered it from Germany. Now listen. This is my life. It was 2002. 2002. So according to the timeline that you had me on, where I was Christin Ginzel, and I was just about to be 50 years old, you know, born in 1972. But understand what I'm telling you. I had to order this BMW from Germany because I wanted a hard top convertible. Well, in 2002, they didn't have retractable hard tops. I still don't think BMW has a retractable hard top. Now, there's some other companies that do, but in 2002, there was no retractable hard top. So in order to get a hard top for now this is important. See, because I'm from the future and I have all codes. And when I want, because I don't know I'm from the future. but I'm in the past. So it's like I remember something of how it should be. And then I make the phone call because I'm like, wait a minute. I know I'm supposed to have this BMW convertible right now. Like, because in my consciousness, I knew I was. Because I was working hard too. It wasn't like I was not working for it. I was getting my ass kicked. It's time for me to get something finally from it. And that's what I wanted. And I knew that that's what I needed. Well, I had to order it from Germany. Because they didn't even have hardtop BMW 323. Well, 323 is a divine masculine code. That's why they call them 323. But then I had to order that German car. It took me 3 months to get my black BMW 323 Ci with a black hardtop. Now, Johnny Depp's little vampire house has got my hardtop in there. Wrong color though, guys. But nice touch. Whole house is set up like the inside of Isis's tomb. And then downstairs they have stacks of top, because it's not lived in, of course. This is just where they go to do their ceremonies and their rituals and bullshit. And according to real estate, though, nobody owns it. Johnny Depp wanted to buy it, but he hadn't bought it yet. But nobody knows. I mean, it's off in this hidden property. And downstairs they have a whole bunch of tiles. There's tile everywhere. Stacks of tile. Why? Well, the walls are really thick. So when you're walking like this, and you're walking, because understand this is how, because it works like a brain. This is even why your pyramids were that way, because we's alive in there. We's walking around. It's how I ended up. If you will, we ended up. See, I'm just now. This is coming in as I'm speaking to you, because I knew y'all projected us into the sun. You projected the sun people into the sun because it's what we're here to do. And this is how you make a new sun. However, your sun was fake, because that's what China popped it up there. China popped up your new sun and then said it blew up. Well, now we know that's bullshit, because whenever we put together your DNA, which is what we do on a processional count to rewrite DNA, we go into your sun. Well, your sun was a Sun Solaris Unix box run by China. So basically, y'all projected the entire papistry and all the deity gods connected to all of y'all, and every strand of new DNA that was made to clear antimatter from the halls of Amenti across 30 million years of space-time, consisting of everything written in a book that should just be all destroyed at this point, because this has been going on so long. See, if you're Egyptian, or you're Indian, or you're red race, or you were a true, or you're a thoroughbred, you're Arcturian, you have a lot of Libra energy, you've been in heaven, but it was taken over as a jail by Al-Qaeda and the collective, because they fed y'all propaganda codes that had you project all the angels to a holding cell in Baghdad. And what they did at Baghdad was World War II all over again. Which is why they couldn't get away with it. Because the entire Antares collective, no matter if you put on CERN or not, this is why every Antarian. So if you have any energy from 7 to 11 degrees of Sagittarius, or right before it, I just say 0 to 9. If you've got any degree, if you've got any energy in any of your chart, 0 to 9 Sagittarius, then you were coming in for this galactic ascension, and it's the only reason you were here. Now, it don't mean you didn't get trapped here for a long goddamn time. It means that's the only reason you came. Because we were 600 years overdue for an ascension, because, you know, I pulled the planet, and as soon as I pulled the planet, I became their floor. And y'all never saw me again. I went into a tiled room. I mean, shit. This is why I'm so freaked out. Y'all have no idea. You have my family over here. This will be part of the story. We don't have time to tell you everything. I show up here. I'm trying to give you as much as I can, minute by minute. This has been going on for 4 fucking weeks, and I'm raw. I'm literally not raw. R-A. I'm raw, R-A-W, because I have your new blood, and everyone's attacking me, and everyone that's caught on fire in the world has been because you're doing it. Stop. Last night I had to command that everyone that's in the hospital that was holding my soul captive in a dead body through anesthesia, gases, whatever, fucking delete off of me. There's no more anesthesia. I was Anastasia. Where do you think the fucking gas came from? Y'all just started sawing each other up under anesthesia and sending all of them to your divine feminine. Here, hold them while we saw them open. Make sure everybody, all the billion people that are getting surgery today, just make sure that you don't make them sick, and take all their pain away. It's your job, H-Gate. It's not my fucking job. It's not my fucking job. My job is to come tell you to stop sawing people. My job is to tell you I've been anesthesia this whole goddamn time, and this is what I learned. This is what I learned whenever I was inside all of the mainframe systems looking at every single piece of goddamn data. This is what I learned whenever they had me connected to all satellite direct TV, and they still are currently calling me AT&T. And if you're paying an AT&T bill, then why don't you send me $50 a month instead of sending it to them? If I'm all AT&T, because I am, and if I have a telecom disc in my back that ran my life and fucking took everything from it and took over the world and made 40,000 fuck dolls out of ISIS and Christ, and then handed them out to the world, all convinced that they're you, but no one can do the job, but yet they get to live your life. What was happening to all of you, it's happened to some of you now. Now you know what I'm talking about, because your life was stolen and you understand now. But I am still yet to be named. Nobody's got on a loudspeaker anywhere and said anything that Christ is here. All we're hearing about is every single nigger and sand nigger and fucking Colombian that's killing somebody, and I want it to stop. I command that nobody else put death on the news. That isn't the news. I don't care about the death. Everyone's killing each other. That's obvious. It's obvious that you don't want to show us the ones that matter. You want to show us the ones that you put all your intention on in a propaganda Stargate in order to take all the energy for the ascended, so that you could attempt to run the world with Cohu 32 that you woke me up from an ancient sleep to come fucking describe to you, so you could make a Grimes X and Y your new king and queen lizard. Not even lizard. King and queen, fuck, I don't even know what the fuck they are. They're basically like a group of gnats that fucking refuse to die. And I'm trying to kill them all, but y'all want to keep them alive by giving them all your praise and energy. I'm fucking over it. Do not pay your mortgage. Do not pay your rent. If you pay your mortgage and you pay your rent and you hear this, I am taking it as a personal assault against God at this point. And all spirit. And all angels. You might as well just send a goddamn nuclear bomb to us at this point. Because the only thing that's holding us from taking everything over is y'all's money. And you think that you need it. And you're giving them the last power. Because I'm the value of the money. Why are you paying them? You can't even pay me because they took over every single account and I had to leave my goddamn Cash App card at the Hyatt after 7 deaths to make sure that I didn't end up in the LA County Jail. But oh shit, I did somehow end up in the LA County Jail. I don't know how the fuck they do this shit, but yeah, we did have to get one prisoner escaped for about 5 hours so I could body jump out of there. But the angels had it handled. I didn't know nothing about it. I was shown. But then again, Anne Hesh took my rail whenever she went into the wrong sale. Because all these stars that are driving around here, if you're in my current and you're claiming to be me, then it thinks you're going stellar. Because I'm stellar. And I'm holding it now on the other side, and we've got all of Andromeda and 4,500 assholes who believe they're better than everyone else that we don't need because there ain't worth shit. Sealed up in a spaceship out there, attached to all of y'all. They think they're going to control you from what they you know what? There's 4,500 beings. Jason Momoa is their flight attendant. Go look, he's posting pictures today. That's who they decided was going to be your pioneers, and they were going to be the future of all human race. Jason Momoa was going to be your king template for all the rest of your sons throughout time, but he's a murderous fucking son of a bitch, and that's why all your kids are fucked up now, including mine. Space is gone. If you've been clearing and your soul, and if you haven't, this is why you don't have a life, and this is what you have to do. You have to dig deep inside because you were in a pod of nothing but your own urine and your own shit. Depending on who you are and how you're connected and what your astronomy was when you came in your natal and your draconic, it tells me when you went in that pod, and it tells me what unit you's in. If you was in Arcturus and you have a bunch of Libra energy, there's 2 peas in a pod. There's 2 pods, and you're bound in some way. Front to back to front, right to left. You're a pair. You got another being rocking around here, and I'm not talking your twin. I'm saying you. The other one that's operating your body from another goddamn dimension in another pod. Each one of you are attached to, I don't know, if you're Arcturian, at least 1 million. At least. If you're an Arcturian, if you're an Azarian like me, if you have 28, 27, 26, 29, 28, 25 degrees, Libra, which is lips of Ra, by the way. The lips of Ra. Because when I speak it in this new, I'm speaker. When I speak it, it is. This is why it's so dangerous to have me in the state that I was in. I can't help it. it has to come out. That's why y'all needed to do something. So if y'all did, I'm grateful. If you didn't, then now you know why. Because I'm a stellar star and I can't hold low frequency energy. If you throw it, if you cannot throw an engine in a tornado. Go pick up a car. Now run towards the tornado. Chase the tornado everywhere. And on your way, I want you to throw every goddamn car, every fucking house, every pipe that's underground. Because that's why the tornado's there. It's trying to untie the energy that's sub from energy that was tied above. So please do continue to do what y'all have done for 4 years, which is why your roads are blowing up, and you supporting your government in every way, and you supporting Trump, and you looking at, all of y'all are doing it. That's why I'm done. It don't matter no more. I've taken complete fucking control. But now you would call me a deity, and I fucking demand that level of respect. I don't have any problem doing the job for the collective. My problem is taking the licks from the collective for any goddamn thing down here ever again. If I have to be thrown into a deity fucking God mode, and I mean pure, because understand, this blood that we carry is pure divine blood. There ain't no way in hell it's coming into any of your vessels. If there ain't room, it'd blow you up. Y'all freaked out with less than 10%. I'm dying. I'm dying. I have mucus. I have pneumonia. No, you're in your own pod of your own fucking shit, and now your body is having to clear it so you can come out of your pod. All of y'all went, vaccinate me, put me back in my pod. I can't even breathe. Okay, well, fuck, you can't be ascended. You can't be a Voyager. You definitely can't have any gifts and power attached to the collective. You absolutely can have no collective writing ability. Come on, like you're in the pod. The AI was writing all of y'all from inside your own fucking piss and poop system, because your guts were everywhere Disneyland was, and your brains were between your knees, and most of your brains were in my left quadricep, attached to my arms. You made Al-Qaeda your God. You forgot about Sarah Damaris and Christ. Every single one of you. None of y'all still have said it. And it's the only thing that's going to end this. And you know why? Because it's what it was set up to end it. I cleared it. I cleared the national deficit of the entire United States every goddamn year. Every single dollar and every single thing that the government or mafia or mob or corporations needed cleared in order to come into this new dimension, I personally did it with the collective. And there ain't no way that no Al-Qaeda fuckheads that made themselves deities of heaven by attempting to put the whole fucking world in galactic Tartarus hell forever. Then if I am the chosen one, and now we know, because understand, I'm almost out of my mind right now trying to figure out how I'm alive, and I've been being shown what all and who all's been in the hospital, who all's died, where pieces of me are, because they cooked me into everybody and said I was this person, and then they think that doesn't give me, I have to come out of everybody. If I'm coming out of your planet, I definitely have to come out of every body. That says that they're me. So do yourself a favor, please, and do me a favor, because I'm really tired of seeing people die that I just healed, and I can't take it anymore. I can't take any more death. I can't take y'all killing each other anymore. None of it. You are not allowed to kill each other. All you humans and you children that I made, I command a ceasefire. You are not allowed to hurt each other. In fact, if you come with somebody, I command that a lightning strike you, your hand go fucking unconscious, you fucking choke on your own fucking vomit for a minute until you get your senses back. And this is why the only way this is going to end is for all of y'all to say it. And I don't give a shit. Let me tell you, Christ's program was bullshit. I fucking agree. But you know what it did? It created me. And it created a connection to all of y'all that saved the world. Even though you don't even fucking know how it happened. Because trust me, antimatter and all this dimensional shit that had to happen, there ain't no way it could have ever happened unless we had heart connection and spirit. And you're right, there isn't a God. There's the collective. It's called your angel network. It's where all your deities and ascended are, and all your consciousness libraries are all up there. And as soon as you clear your body and your emotional bullshit and stop blaming everybody and realize that you were in some space cadet world, that nothing worked the way it should. But now you need to realize that nothing is going to work ever again the way you used to do it. And the faster you fucking figure that out, and I mean the way you do it on Earth to get something done. Not the way you do it. I don't need anybody else to invent another way to put water in a can. I think we have that fucking covered. Why don't you fucking do something? We don't need one more ATM machine. I don't need one more fucking set of phones. There ain't no technology that's going to go out on this planet until we get a universal system up. So all of you that are working on tech, you might as well stop, because you're wasting my money and you don't want to give it to me. So I'm taking control of it. All technology needs to cease. Fucking cease. And I command the whole technology and infrastructure of IT and what you would call information systems, information management, or anything with an I, ignition in it, including train stations, shut the fuck down, because I'm your only ignition and the collective's holding it up and you don't want to turn it off and everyone's dying. We will get this planet out of this goddamn bubble if I have to fry every fucking satellite and drop them personally on the heads that are wielding them at me. There ain't no fucking way out of it. It's the entire collective. We're coming. We've already been through this. We already know why it happened. We were even German Nazi. This was German Nazi stuff, but it all created me and put everybody back together. And now we're putting and healing the world. And you don't need money. We don't need corporations. We have everything we need down here. There's nothing in space. There's nothing in space. It's all here. There's no space. There's no more AU. You're holding it in your field. You're literally becoming the universe. This is how I can do this stuff. This is why my crew's more powerful than me at this very minute, because I used their bodies to do it, because I wasn't even there this whole time. That's why I'm burning, man, because that's what they do. Whenever you're Christ, they go, okay, if you're Christ, then clean the national deficit. All right, check. If you're Christ, clean all money systems and bring us a new one. Check. If you're Christ, then you have to take over all computer systems. Check. If you're Christ, then you'll remember all of the numbers and you'll remember all the dates, and you'll know, because you'll have to ascend out of the planet, because according to the world, the planet is your body, and according to the planet, it's not yours. So you have to get yourself out and remember all of it to redraw yourself into Mecca, to take this human race clean of all disease, Because if you're Christ, you don't have disease. Check. But I command that all my government contract, everything in the government has to be asked for and confirmed, because all they did was write a bunch of bullshit, and all y'all did was go read it and believe it, and you never even bothered to come meet me. But then again, my ex-husband accused me of being a strung-out meth head just about a year and a half ago, and that I was dealing meth on the streets, and I was totally insane whenever I'm the one that is helping the human race, and he tried to take my son away. But since it was such bullshit, it never went anywhere. But then again, I just found out that Christopher works for Jason Momoa and Johnny Depp, and he's the lead cook. And it blows my fucking mind. It blows our minds over here. It blows our minds because whenever you clear through it, the only way, this is ascension. Everybody on the planet needs to fucking hear me right now. The only way you're going to get out of that snake boa body is the way you got in. Well, how'd you get in? I don't know. How many times you die in it? I don't know. You're gonna ascend the whole way out. You're gonna live through the death. You're gonna know how it happened. You're gonna know exactly when your ancestor died, or you, or your husband, or your son. Because when you clear that amount of space to hold it in a royal DNA count, you gotta clear all the royal shit. If you want the fiat Jessica fucking galactic whore bag, who tried to steal the world with your tatted fucking Mexicans and your nigger bitches and your prison system fucking mock unholy six Marie Helene bullshit, well, check, because I'm the Zurich that cleaned it. They gang raped me my whole life. You know what they called me? Your unicorn. That's what it meant to get fucked everywhere, no matter, I mean, just handed over like a piece of trash. That's what they've done to me my whole entire existence. I have not met one man on this realm ever in my existence, ever, that has not tried to kill me. To this day. For my power and ability down here as a self-aware human that all of y'all think doesn't exist, that I'm turning you into. But me and Natalie together are now worth $500 billion for our living bodies kidnapped. A finger, 5 million, an arm, 10 million, it didn't matter, cut us up. Why do you think all these people are dying? That's how many they cut up and killed. That's how many children that it took to replace me. How many people have died in the past 3 months? How many Hollywood stars died in the past fucking month? I processed Gabby Petito's soul. I had all your souls. I still do. When I do go out in LA, y'all find me and you fucking know it. You immediately fucking start crying and you cannot control it, because the moment that you come in contact with me, you see where you really are. And I can't help you much after that, except it don't matter, because once you get to me, you're queued up, and then you're on the ceiling, and you get yourself out. Which means more to me than anything, because each one of you knowing that you have this power is why the fuck I've been doing and using it and having to show you. This is your power. Nobody else's. It's your protection. Nobody else's. It's your life. No one else to decide for you ever again. It's your body. brain and your arms and your fingers. It's your family, whoever you choose that to be. And I paid the ultimate price in every way. So many times. There's nothing left from here to 1,000,000,000,000 light years away. Please, just ring the bells. And just scream, Christ is here. That's all you have to do. Just scream it. Just scream it. Everybody's programmed to shift whenever it happens, and they are trying everything to fucking not have you say it. And it's the only thing that's gonna save us. And it's the only thing that's gonna bring in the entire collective spiritual work that y'all have done in order to connect and take back everything that was taken from all of you. Because I need you to say it so I can give it to you, so you can take some of this power away, because we cannot sustain like this. I cannot hold the pole in a sonic fucking shift. I can't. It's impossible. I'm no longer your electric fucking atmosphere. I'm no longer your clear zone. You have to go through clear now. You have to get through Xenon. You have to get through the whole Scientology mastery. I'm sorry. It's how they set it up, because none of y'all stopped them. If you would have helped me a long time ago, we wouldn't have to do it this way. That's why I'm so upset. It's so much harder for each one of you. The way they have it set up right now, when they're going unconscious, they literally have 4 seconds. 4 seconds. And if you make the wrong turn in your consciousness, you're gone. That's how much in their brain you are being controlled. Hear what I'm telling you. Please, please, please. Christ is here. Whether you want to believe it or not, I just need it to be over. Please. If they attack me one more time, I'm not going to be able to heal you if my healing powers are gone. And if my connection to each one of y'all is so destroyed, then my crew can't even send you the healing. Christ is here. I command it. They know it. The emails have fucking gone out. They have said it. They have watched me prove it so many times. And they knew that I was going to do it. So much so that they built some fancy fucking spaceships in order to fucking jet out into the other side of the universe in order to take over your heavens and rule you from there till the end of time. It's how we knew to lock them up where we did. And my whole team, and even y'all, if you go and watch that last sun dive, and I can't remember what date it came in. We've been diving in and out of the sun. When I pulled us out of the sun, I had a Thanos glove on. And I heard all these people cheering. And I, what? God. Take it away. Nobody should have this power. Don't do that to anybody. Don't do that to Yahshua. Don't do that to my brother. You killed my brother by making him your Jesus. No deity, no energy, no Christ, no entity in standing by itself can do anything under one name. The collective gives it too much power. But right now, until you say that Christ is here, they have all your power. Don't pay rent. Don't pay mortgage. We're freezing the rest of these fucking Rothschild lizards out because the only drip that they're getting is from your pocketbook, and I command that you do not pay it. And if you do, then you lose your place in heaven. If you're hearing this message. Because Brenda did this. Brenda Hall was supposed to send me $100 whenever I blessed the entire Chase money in order to get us out. And they gathered the money. They got the $8,000 and sent it to Chase. And whenever it came in, the bill changed to $7,900. And all the bitch cunt fucking Olympic soul stealing, snatching, fucking CIA government wearing, fucking Asian mafia spirit cooking, murderous cunt ass fucking whore bitch did was not even send me the $100. Instead, she put a cowhide in a box and had it mailed for $75 to my fucking house. But then again, I caught it over here just in time to Amazon unwrap myself when I turned myself from a moth into a fucking frog in order to jump back into your godforsaken fucking place. And Brenda, you're dead. And your entire port arena, I command every redwood to fall. There ain't no way in hell that the redwood is gonna hold any more druid fucking death in a portal run by Asian mafia in order to bind the whole world to California so you can make it your personal goddamn fingernail salon and toilet bowl cleaner. You can get the fuck out of America. You could jump in the ocean for all I care. Fucking swim. I'm flinging you all off. That Chase money clearing was mine. I paid for it. Cargo was mine, and it was linked to the original money that was sent from Europe to America to the Queen in the early 1900s whenever they took us over with the Skull and Bones Pact and just decided that they'd put the European English Queen in a Skull and Bones Masonic contract for being a bad little girl and leaving and coming to America without proper approval. And then from then on out, all your money in the whole entire United States has been run from the ING, which is above the SWIFT codes, that they move it into your banking system, which is your organ system, which is attached to your urine and your poop in your pod to make your money. And then they were just running all that from the top of the Pleiades, which is a birthing canal at this point because there's so many stars dead and buried and fucking being tortured and hung down here that your whole planet was being Macy Day floated by the goddamn angels. And we're sick of it, and we had to cut it. And lo and behold, y'all's all vampired, sired off of us. Every single one of y'all was a vampire sired off me. It's what ended up happening in the end because ABO blood was made to put the body back together. All of y'all had to go into a simulation because this happened for so goddamn long that we had to rewrite the entire etherics and heavens. Your brains were in your knees. You had, all of you don't have right compartments of your brains in the wrong side. It's why you can't understand me. The whole world had to be put in a simulation because this world was a simulation because everything blew up and we had to start recreating the world from the inside out in 2017. And what you would consider the orb that the spheres have merged in that is now building what you call Zion in China It's not going to be in China. It's fucking Los Angeles. We're right here. We're on the ground, and we're taking back every goddamn building. We're taking back every public work. We're taking back every hotel. We are taking back everything down here, and we are going to get along, and we are going to learn how to work together in a village to make a village work, and I don't give a fuck if you live in New York City. You do not need money. We have everything we need down here. You got people that can do it. You got stuff to do it. If I give it all back to you, what do you need money for? Fucking tell me. Every single infrastructure needs to be worked down here. Every single house should be round. We need every carpenter. We need every nail gathered from we need every infrastructure stripped so that we can use every piece of wood in order to make a proper energetic village, so you're not doing all of it with your high priestesses, and some of our jobs are just to have loving sex all day so that the energy can be done. Some of you are just there to fucking chill out the royals and be high and cool as shit right now. So when I walk in the room, I don't blow up because I'm having to deal with some nigger ass monkey bullshit that's about to drive me insane, because none of y'all know what the fuck you're doing. And I'm supposed to be your healer. And I'm not supposed to yell at you? Okay, I've been yelled at my whole goddamn life. I was in military program. We're the Judah family. We're the chosen ones. We fucking die in the middle of the road because we know we're going to come back in 5 feet. And y'all are fucking stupid if you don't think that you can do it too. I'm going to go. We're taking this minute by minute. I believe, well, today, really to the world, today's the portal, but for us today, it closed. Finally. So there is no Mira, there is no Aquaman, we're not going to Atlantis, we ain't all going underwater, you're not going to the Aquarian Age, you ain't going out to space, this is it. You're on the ground, you have channel ability to do anything down here, depending on how clean your body is, your heart is, your soul is, and how much work you've done listening to us masters to get to each point where you are, in order to get a master key in your consciousness where all of them start working together, and that's when you become somebody like me. There ain't no other way to do it. But every one of you can, and it's not that damn hard. I mean, it's become, you have to understand, I've died over 50 times in the past 2 weeks. They can't believe it because they don't believe I'm Christ. Because they don't believe in spirit. Because they know exactly what they did. They know the Christ program was bullshit. They wrote it for you. But then they think that spirit doesn't exist. So then I don't exist. Well, I do. The collective spirit and how the Queen's pyramids were set up for the end of days, because it matters what your DNA is. And we knew that that's what they's coming from the get. We've seen it all. We've watched it from way out. But when you're in it, you can't remember that. No fucking way. You're in it. You're in it. You're in it. I pulled the planet and fucking had to take over every single evil motherfucker here on the planet. And we did. But let me tell you, I'll never be the same because of it. I'll never be the same. So please, I lived all of it for you. Please don't do it. Please. Just stop paying your mortgage one goddamn month and let me fucking do what I'm supposed to do and what God sent us here to do. Because if we don't do it now, it's never gonna happen and we're gonna leave and y'all are never gonna see us again until your consciousness opens up and this constellation comes again for somebody in your world to be able to activate enough to open the portal again for the entire collective, which could take millions and billions of years where they're going. Because there's no spirit, there's no druids, there's no angels, there's no etheric, there's no way out.